Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just going to be a super chill painting video. I feel like I'm someone who loves to have an excuse to just sit down and draw or paint or sketch or whatever, so I'm hoping that maybe watching this video will give you guys that excuse to do the same. So go ahead and pull out your sketchbook or your watercolors or whatever medium you love working with most and just do some art for fun along with me today. Just do whatever's in your heart, whatever comes to you, whatever you feel like putting on the paper, and you don't have to share it with anyone if you don't want to. I feel like I want to start making this like an official series on my channel, maybe like a painting for fun video that I do every single month where we all kind of just sit down and have an excuse to do art for no reason other than we just want to paint something. So like I said, I just really felt like sitting down and doing some art today. I think when I do a lot of structured creative work, like editing videos that are really planned, it kind of get a little bit antsy sometimes to do something just really out of the box or just for fun. So I've had this idea kind of like bouncing around in my head for a while to do a little paint series of my bedroom because I'm moving out of this apartment in a few days and I really have some good memories here and I just kind of want to capture what this space looks like. You guys have to tell me, like, do you ever get attached to spaces like rooms or something? Like, I remember when I had to move out of my freshman year dorm room, I got so emotional, even though when I was in that space, I never remember loving it that much, but just the idea that I had to leave it behind. That space really represented such a big milestone in my life, and I would probably never get to go back there. I think there's something really special about when you live in a place, even if it's just for like a short period of time, you sort of make your mark there. And just knowing that someone else is gonna move in there and they're gonna have no idea who you are or how much you used to call that place home, it's just really strange to think about. But yeah, I mean, I was only in this apartment, in this bedroom for 3 months just over the summer, and now I'm gonna be moving because school's starting back up again and I'm getting an apartment that's closer to campus, and I'm really excited to move there. Like, I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it's gonna be a really good place for me to call home. But I always just get a little sentimental when I have to leave things behind. I really did love living in this apartment. It kind of just worked out really well, and it really represents something special for me because this was the first time I really decided to do YouTube full time and to really go after what I love. And so I think maybe that's why this space is kind of special to me. I decided to do like a little series of 3 drawings for this for no other reason than just a group of 3 things is kind of satisfying. So I took a couple photos of my room to use as reference pictures, and then I just did a quick sketch of each one and then watercolored it in. But I wasn't happy with how it looked when I was done with the watercolor, so I decided to go back in with a black fine liner. I think I was using a Micron PN, which is like my favorite Micron because the tip is much more rounded than the standard like Micron 05 pens, which kind of have more of a bullet chisel tip that has a rough edge. So I was just using that to give it a little bit more definition and make it more detailed looking. And so it kind of has this like sketchy style to it that I really like. Oh, and also I just wanted to say thank you for all of the love you guys showed me on my August Plan With Me video. I got some of the sweetest comments on that, and that made me so happy because I really was proud of that video, and I was really happy with it when I was finished. So just to know that you guys liked it too really meant the world to me, and I really appreciate it. So just so you know, I do notice, I see every single comment and I try to respond to as many as I can, and I love like interacting with you guys. It's so cool. Also on Instagram, I love like when you guys will DM me and share things with me that you've created. I love it when you guys share things with me. I've had several people just send me lettering that they did after they watched my videos, and please, please, please always do that because I love seeing it, and I love talking to you guys about what you like, what supplies you like using and how long you've been doing it and everything. So always just send me a direct message if you want to chat because I'll always be down to talk about art. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyways, that first painting though, I had such a hard time with it. I kept going back, I would let it dry, and then come back and fix it again, and then let it dry and then come back again. And I never was totally satisfied with that first one, but I think it's just because it was my first one and I hadn't quite figured out what the look I was going for was yet. So by the second and third, I was much happier with the look of it. And partially it was just because like I have this, it's like a tufted comforter, and it was really hard to replicate in a watercolor painting because there's just so many shadows with all the little creases and stuff in the fabric, so it was kind of hard to get that to translate on paper. But I think from a distance it kind of gives more of the effect I was looking for, but when you get close up it's just not exactly what I was picturing. But I really like the way that my desk came out, and I also really like the way that the window shot came out. And I like that window shot the most, I think, because it is really satisfying geometrically just because of all of the straight lines and everything, and I was able to use a ruler and really capture it. But like that's a view that I look out a lot, and so it's kind of cool to capture that, and the pretty blue colors of the sky and the other buildings. I think it's just a really, really pretty painting. Anyways, I hope this gave you guys a fun excuse to maybe sit down and do art if you normally don't give yourself permission to do those things. And I really do think I'm going to make this a consistent series on my channel because it also gives me the excuse to sit down and just paint for fun with absolutely no limitations or constraints or even a true purpose, just doing it for fun. And honestly, I'm like, that's the best way to do art sometimes. You don't care what other people are going to think about it, or when you don't necessarily even have a real purpose for doing it, you're just doing it for fun. That's when like your best creativity comes out, I think. And I think it makes me the happiest when I do it this way. So this is getting kind of long, so I think I'm gonna go now, but I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.
I'm on a road, never travel solo, so